need weapons first because listen, neck if you buck. I come that generation, neck if you buck.
Right.
So we fight first and shoot later.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't gotta shoot first. So that's a point.
I was talking to my cousin about that. I told my cousin,
let me write that subject down.
Quick. I had told my cousin Kai, I said her kids is trying. I said your kids don't know you about them hands. She said, I'm telling you, that girl was sweet so quick.
Listen, Brianna, my oldest, she tell her friends will try stuff on their parents and be like, why don't you have tried this on your dad? She'd be shut up. Y'all don't know Dr. Jesse. And Brianna's favorite line was, "They don't got time for Dr. Jesse. Let them know, Brianna."
That part.
Let them know. Brianna's favorite line, "They don't got time for Dr. Jesse. Let them know."
My kids be talking about something like, well, you try to be like, oh, no, mom.
Let them know. Let them know.
That's the topic we're going to talk about.
So what helped me was learn the field is I saw a lot of people within our culture deal with dysfunctions. And it was like our dysfunctions was controlling our generations.
Yes.
And it was like, we just really need to heal.
Yep.
We need to heal in multiple ways. And let me say, when I say multiple ways, what that means. And this means two different ways. One, how we sometimes make an error is we sometimes spoil our kids so much we don't want them to go through what we went through. Oof. Is we give them so much because we say we don't want you to endure what we endured. Yeah. Whether it was lack of finances, molestation, lack of attention,
abuse.
And so abuse, physical or mental. Mm-hmm. So we give them. But then we say you should know how to clean the bathroom, clean your room, know how to be responsible. Right. And it's the things that we learned during our era, but yet we're overcompensating them for things that we did not instill into them because we're saying, I'm giving you something I've never had, but we've never balanced it. We've never had that responsible balance. Mm. And that's an error that we made.
One or the other. It was either you have to have the house clean up good, or you're gonna have that finance and business life. You have two different balances. That's true. Because me growing up, I could see it.
And we never had that. Mm-hmm. So let me tell you one thing I did. So one thing I did, and not only did I do it, but I also told and do still to this day tell family units that I counsel. I apologize to my daughters. My daughters were and are different than people in my family unit. And I apologize to them. I probably gave you a little bit too much. Hell, not probably, I did.
You did.
And you a little bit too much. So I apologize. I erred because I was afraid that you would have to endure some of the things that I endured as a child. But that should not have been a concern of mine because your environment was different than mine.
Totally different.
So I apologize for that. I overcompensated you. And you didn't need to be overcompensated because our environments were different. So I made a mistake as a parent. I apologize. So today, the tide changes. So A, I apologize, and B, this is how the tide changes. And for them, it was like, oh, damn, how did this change? Let me tell you. So let's talk about it. And if you have any questions or concerns, this is the open door policy.
Yeah.
So now let's talk through it. And this is not at this house. This is at our old house before I built this house. That we had that discussion. But as parents, sometimes we feel like, we don't live in that do as I say and not as I do generation. No, I'm a human. I made a mistake. I was afraid that you would have to endure the pain that I endured. But you did not have to.
Because it was already different.
Exactly. Because I made sure that when you came out, that you didn't have to endure that. So I was protecting you for something that you didn't have to be protected from. So I apologize for that. So I apologize. But I'm going to give you grace. I'm not going to give you a license to stay here, but I'm going to give you grace. I created this pattern, but I'm letting you know that we're all going to make this shift together. And I did that. And they were just like, what? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like cleaning a bathroom and cleaning your room thoroughly like we had to when we were children. Like, what does that mean exactly?
How I like it. Right. Clean our room how I like it.
And even me as a child, I still didn't do it as my mother and my grandparents liked it, but I did it.
Yeah.
Now our children don't even know what that looks like. Like just putting up their clothes is enough
to smack.
Thank you. They don't know what that looks like.
But my thing is, I would go in. This is how mommy likes it.
No, that's not because of how we conditioned them.
Yeah.
We did that. But now, when I tell you that even my youngest, Brielle, after we implemented what I just previously stated, her mother and I implemented, now we don't have to go behind Brielle. We know she's still not going to do it exactly how we want her to do it. Mm-hmm. But we had that conversation. And I even told her mother, we need to apologize. We did this. We created this Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. We created this Frankenstein. We need to apologize because we were afraid that she was going to endure some of the same things we endured.
So we try to put a shield over it.
Thank you. But she was not going to endure that.
Because we already changed that dynamic in that generation. We already started changing it. And we still got in our own head like, oh, we want to protect them. In reality, we already started it.
Thank you.
So what was the deciding factor for you to become
selfishness?
I want to say become who you are today, because that's what we were speaking on.
How you become a dysfunctional family.
So to help people, the deciding factor for me was I want to help people, but I want to help us in a healthy way. I saw that our community, yes, were we treated unfair, slavery and pre-slavery, yes, we absolutely. We intimidate communities, and we will always intimidate communities because of our wisdom, because of our strength, because of what we possess.
That's why they locked us up.
Listen, we will always intimidate. Listen, I walk in rooms even now, and people want to know, how does this Negro walk in a room with a PhD at 43, and I'm 55, or I'm 60, and I'm this age? Because I have a knowledge, and I have a power, and I have a wisdom that I've had to work for. You are able to be, and you all have heard me say this, you are mediocre. I've had to be exceptional at what I have. So I've labored for this. You've just worked for yours at a minimal level.
Yeah.
I've labored and sweated for mine. So that's why. You were lazy with yours. There's a difference between you working in a lazy manner and me laboring for mine in the cotton field.
So did you feel like you, as far as purpose, because I feel like in what I do as well is trying to factor how to find other routes of healing versus just healing within my own small circle.
Let me tell you.
So was it that you knew that as a Black community or in our community we needed healing? What role did you want to play in that healing? So
for me, and it's funny because I'm asked this question when I do podcasts and I do interviews and publications. I always say I want to be a piece to the puzzle, right? I want to be healed, but I also want to offer healing. We are all a piece to the puzzle because there is some wisdom and guidance that we all have. There's something I have, you don't have. There's something you have, I don't have. There's something she has, I don't have, and vice versa. And so we have to understand, like, even as an example, in the wealth gap that there is between the majority and the person of color, right?
The majority.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Well, we know that already. But so there's between the wealth gap. We know that will probably not be met for a long time, right? We know that will always be there. But what can we do as a people? I don't have to operate with the captive mentality. simply because this wealth gap has been created. What can I do to still walk in wealth? Just because you created a wealth gap as a person that put me in captivity doesn't mean I have to stay there.
Yeah.
I have enough wisdom and enough wit about myself to come out of it. So just because the wealth gap is there doesn't mean I have to be a part of it.
Right.
I have enough strength and enough tenacity about myself to come out of it. So that's what I want our communities, not just as a Black people, but that's why you will always hear me say people of color. Mm-hmm. Because of whatever race you're in as a person of color, you will always hear me say person of color. Whatever person of color you are, you have the authority to create your own door.
Right.
So what does that look like for you? Is it going to be hard? It's going to be hard as hell. That's why I'm up early in the mornings. I'm going to bed late at night, even when I'm sleepy. Why? Because we were dealt an unfair hand. That's reality. And I tell my daughters and my son, it's unfair, but it's reality.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We were dealt an unfair hand, but we can't keep crying about it.
Yeah.
We got to wake up and do some shit with it. What do I do with this hand I was dealt with? I can't keep looking at my hand and saying, this is unfair.
Yeah, that's unfair.
Yeah, I don't like this. It was unfair.
Because you get stuck there. And that's what, okay, so I guess that's where we all have, I feel like that's something that we all have in common is the aspect of creating our own wealth and not being stuck in that stigma of, what we were placed in automatically, poverty, period. If you're a melanated person, I wanted to break the generational curse that I saw in my family of no one being able to own their own businesses and be married and be even middle class because we were placed in a poverty level of life where it was expected that our males are going to end up in jail and our women are going to end up on welfare. I worked so hard as a teenage mom to get off welfare. It was ridiculous. I never wanted to be on welfare. I do not ever want to come down to this office ever again to ask for any type of assistance. Mm-hmm. And that's why I go so hard for myself and my children as far as whether, our businesses are successful or they're moderate or they're successful and moderate. I'm going to just be consistent with my shit, period. And one day I'm going to see it excel. And even with you, you are somebody that inspires me because I'm like, listen, I want to live where the money resides.
You already do.
So I had to move up the street. I had to move up the street.
You already did. You already live where the money resides.
But Nichelle, you also, as a single mother,
man, she does
single mother. Let me not say single mother.
As a mother.
But you know why I look at you as a single mom? Because you go so hard. Like you go so hard. You remind me of myself. Like you go so hard working multiple jobs.
That is the truth. You are an inspiration to so many women.
Like you
seriously,
really
you don't even know it.
Your passion and what you want to do. You stay consistent at going after what you want. And that's why I feel like people flock to what we were doing because I have people that write me and say, I'm inspired by you and you're such an inspiration because I don't like to put all my business out there, but they see what we do and they're like,
that's true.
Y'all motivate me to.
That's true.
To actually,
you don't even know
my own business.
What inspiration you are to people, do you?
I really don't. I just stay focused on what I'm trying to do.
You are such a major inspiration to people. It's ridiculous.
What exactly is it that you do?
I do a lot of little everything.
I was say the jack of all trades. Black women ain't nothing to play with for one.
She is my fanager.
I do so much.
She is my fanager. I told my family that this week. She's my fanager.
I don't even realize what I do until like somebody has to tell me.
She's my family says manager.
Like I do so much. Like I did big events to the point I had big events like over thousands of people, and it was just me. And I have news people coming to me. I got politics people coming to me, and I just sit there and I just did something I love, and I move on to the next one. And I think that's the
Very
thing.
much so.
And
we're all humble, actually.
yeah.
Very humble.
And so it's a lot of stuff, and people don't see that. So when they come to me, sometimes they come to me like, "Oh, you really don't know what you're doing," and then they see all this stuff I can do. But I've been shut down so much as a kid to the point I stay quiet. So when I do something big, I don't expect nothing because people be like, "Okay, that's good, you did okay."
Yeah,
but that's and I don't.
It does make sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it does, and I don't mean to interject.
No.
But what's so amazing is that's when you know that greatness is locked up in your belly. Is that when the enemy or enemies try to shut you up early before you can speak loud?
Yeah,
because greatness is locked up in you.
I only speak
and
when
you
it comes
should
to
because
pushing people.
Because
that's the only time I speak.
And you know that you should speak loud because even as we're out there, you know, people be like, "Oh my God, who are you with? Who is with you?" Like people think we have this elaborate team.
No, they don't even know.
I knew
that's why
I be like, that's what I'm gonna say, man. That's why I'm not gonna say that because I know her ass is gonna comment. I know her ass is gonna comment.
Like, I love being who I am as a person because that's what I said. Like before I turned 30, if you would have knew me, I was never like hosting parties, throwing parties. I was never that. I was so shy and quiet. I swear, Jesse, I swear to God, if you knew me 10 years ago, you would not think I was the same person.
So you like your sons?
I literally but once I found my light, I burst out.
That's what it is.
I burst out and I was like, and once I let go of fear, I burst. Burst out. I swear. It was like something in me was like, I am no longer being quiet. Like I am here for a reason. I have a big loud mouth for a reason.
Right. And we can do it inside our house. Like, why can't I do it out there? And somebody told me, like, you do all this here in the house, but why you don't do it out there? And I'm like, you're right. So I'm taking that same energy I be throwing out here to my family, because my siblings will all tell you, like, I'm the most controlling sister, you know what I mean? I put everybody together. I keep people together.
I know that. They don't got to tell me. But go ahead, this your story.
That's why you're a manager.
And so, and that's what...
She's my manager.
When the people listen.
She's not my manager, she's my fanager.
Yeah.
She's my family manager.
And so, you know, but I do love I love what I do. I love helping people. I love doing events. I love managing. I love seeing people grow. That's my thing. But I love seeing people grow who wants to grow and do the work. Like, I work with some people who want to grow, but they don't want to do the work. And that's what kills me, because they want me to come in and have this... Want me to come in and make
want you to do every damn thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't.
What you gonna do for yourself?
Exactly. Don't just change my
hair.
You
do the face, though. You
that irritates me. Like, you want me to do all this?
You added the face.
Because she knows. She dealt with that.
She added the face.
Yes. I remember I was watching her. She said, she inboxed me and was like, how do you do this? Like, people be wanting you to do everything and make this beautiful scene for them. I'm like, honey, I can't make the scene for you. That's why we work together good. That's why we all, because you know, okay, I'm going to handle this, you handle that, and we will bring it up together, come back. It's not like, hey, Michelle, go do this, go do this, go do that. And then I'm like overwhelmed, like, fuck, so much shit going on. And it's like, no.
Because that's how I get. That's how I love you. I be overwhelmed. I'll be like, so who's doing what?
And so for Pride, I was like,
doing everything by myself.
And then last year, Pride, I was like, no, Tony, you're not doing all this by yourself
I'd be
more.
like, ooh.
She's having to do it. I would not do her doing it no more.
You had the shell pissed off at me. I was just like, folks is like, are you going to say, I don't got to tell him doing Chanel. I'll do it in the shell later. I'm not talking doing the shell. You had the shell pissed off at me. I'm like,
everybody.
Folks looking at me like, what? I said, y'all know her. I do.
That's what I said. I was
listen, Michelle had my debit card for over a month.
I sure did. And she said, he said, you got my debit. I don't have your debit card. I don't know what you're talking about. I forgot I did. He gave it to me to get drinks. I put that shit in my purse.
You pissed them off at the door.
Listen.
Oh, that was funny.
Let me tell you, working Tony's parties.
And then she gonna text me over a month later. So, are you missing a red debit card? Yes, I locked it. Because I know I gave it to you.
And you had it the whole time.
Yeah.
Whole time.
Yeah, I locked it because I knew I gave it to her. I'm like, yes, I gave it to you.
I'm telling you.
It was funny. But that's when you know you love someone. Yeah. I'm like, I know I gave it, and I know I gave it to you. Yeah. It was in your mode. So for me, it was funny because I'm like, I know she in her mode. She pissed off.
But that's how you know you trust somebody when you give them your damn card.
And I seen her slip slip it in her pocket. I'm like, hell, I see. You know what? I ain't got this
I
shit
don't
to do.
remember. All I always know is like we gotta keep this door together, people, and everything, and dealing with certain owners and shit.
And you was like in cash, and you was like, "Are we dealing with cash?"
Yes, I don't play like you know
That
when
was fun.
She was so big on you ain't got to do this by yourself. But when it come to
Tony, your ass was hard.
no.
Or like you was hard on like, oh, I got to do this. I got to. Tony, when your ass do what we talked about in the meetings.
but it's this. But I told you.
But so Tony, so used to working by herself. This is what made me. This is what I had to tell her. Like you so used to working by yourself and doing everything by yourself to the point you made it harder than what it was when you have a
she
team.
did.
So
Yes,
we had to come
you
in as
did.
like Tony, we're here for you, regardless if it's stressful. Your shit is stressful, but I'll do the shit again. But I'm just gonna bring Z in that motherfucker this time because
Yes.
But I would do it all
But
again.
this time
for
you're
you.
gonna be better because you're gonna now you know.
And host.
We had the trial run. So now you know.
But that's just
No.
That's just when I'm not used to having.
Well,
a
now you're
team
used to it.
That you can really just.
Well, now
But
you're
that's
used
why
to
we come
it.
together like
Well,
this
now you're used to
because
it. I'm waiting for
it's
you to
so
say yes.
collaborative.
I'm waiting for you to say yes.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So 2023, I'm waiting for you
Because
to say
I
yes.
still worked hard. Shit, and I wasn't
But
even.
you didn't have
That's the
to.
hardest part.
But you didn't have to though.
No,
But you didn't have to.
I did have to.
You did not.
I really did. You really
Thank
did
you.
on some things step over the boundary of not allowing us to do
Yes.
us.
Yes.
And trust you.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that right now. But anyway, we were talking about shit.
I got the repercussion. I'm like, if she was just shut the hell up.
And like, because we wanted you to host and enjoy your event. You did so much. You
and I agreed to that.
Did everything you
In the
had to do.
meeting.
You promoted. You did everything. When it comes to the day of it, you supposed to sit and relax and let your.
And we agreed to that.
So as a business owner and as a boss, it's hard to do that.
No,
It is.
It is. No, but what I'm saying is that's as a business owner and a boss, you have to be able to say, I'm allowing you to do it because I know who I have on my team and I trust them and
true.
allowing them to do it.
That's my fantasy. I'll drink to that.
She said,
a little bit.
Hold on. Because I definitely let y'all do what y'all did at the door. Because I trusted you 100%.
She did.
I did not. I still. But my thing is,
I still got $7 on one of my cars. I forgot it, but it's still sitting there.
girl.
I still got it. It said $7. I said, oh, that's for Tony. That's how.
I don't care.
Lord.
But no, as far as like finding a team that you trust that's not going to F you over, that's why
It is very difficult.
I literally told myself, this is my team right here. This is my team. Minus one person, my best friend IKEA. This is my
Shout
team.
out to IKEA.
Right.
Yes,
Kiki,
yes. Shout
which
out.
we need to have
Shout out
her words with Key.
Kiki,
We need to have her on here
yeah.
too. But this is my team right here. This is my vibe. This is I trust y'all 100%. There is no if, answer, but
Not at all on this team.
There is
At
no.
all.
That's
the truth.
That's
I
the
agree with
most
you there.
blessed thing you could ever ask for when you're a business owner and you have a team that will help you and not even want to be compensated
That's the truth.
in return because they know you're gonna do it for them.
Exactly.
Period. Like that is
We
the
are
best
worth
thing.
walkers.
So as far as us coming together and doing this podcast, we are because listen, I already got to set my mind with this podcast. We're gonna be on a breakfast split.
Listen.
And I'm manifesting it. And
Listen.
I'm so serious. Like
What?
once we get into these episodes, and y'all already see how we talk now. So what is who's
Go ahead. Wait, we got to wait. We're getting this episode. Did nobody hear that but us? Did nobody hear that but us? Yeah, once get these episodes, keep going. See when I talk
good ass
about
conversation.
Once we get into these episodes, we want y'all to keep following us and watching us because it's gonna get deep. We already talk about so much. Like our conversations can be so intellectually deep. It's ridiculous.
Listen.
And another thing too, I want people to understand, like we are business people, but this is the time we letting us. We just being us. This is who we are in the background. You see us professional and everything business wise, but this is the time we just let loose and be who we are and let you guys see like we are regular people. We go through regular stuff.
Because y'all gonna hear some stuff from me. Okay.
Yeah. And we go through problems and situations, and we have relationships. We lost relationship building this empire, It's a lot of people I thought was gonna come with me.
Yes,
It's not
I did.
here with me.
Yes,
There's a lot
I
of
did.
people.
I lost some
They gonna-
relationships.
Yes, I lost a relationship that I never thought I was gonna lose.
Oh, I knew I was gonna lose mine, but go ahead, this your story.
Yeah, let me have my. This is who we are in the background. You see us professional and everything business-wise, but this is the time we just let loose and be who we are and let you guys see, like, we are regular people. We go through regular stuff.
Because y'all gonna hear some stuff from me, okay?
And we go through problems and situations, and we have relationships we lost